caught on to not doing bang trims, and because it doesn't make sense today. And these are easily communicated to clients. We have to carefully craft it, but we need the boldness and courage to communicate what's right. This is really right for the businesses, and you know what? It's right for the clients too.
Yeah, if the clients at this point don't want to give you a credit card to put on file, don't even keep them around as a client. It's just not even worth it.
Well, and you have to be mindful too. I mean, hair color clients, especially your steadies, right? Your 4-weekers, may be older. So I do have handheld clients that it's, physically called them. We have their card on file. They're not as tech savvy in terms of the texting and the emails, but we work it out.
Yeah. Yeah. You know your clients. You should know your clients, right? So,
yeah.
But for all those sketchy clients that are always calling at the last minute and everything, put the damn card on file and charge them when they don't show. That's all.
So I'm curious to know if any of you owners out there or stylists, independent stylists, are getting new clients from places that unfortunately have shut their doors. Can we get a show of hands or just a me? What's that look like? Because Derek and I are theorizing, and I've spoken with some of my clients who definitely are. I mean, that is happening. But you guys are out there, in the trenches. What's going on with new clients? Quite a few, says Denise B. Okay, a few so far. All right.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. Hey, Sue, why don't you post in the Zoom group? I know Sue's got a bigger salon in Pennsylvania. I'm interested to see if, what they're seeing in terms of new clients. I think she's full service to like everything across the board, but I'd be interested to see what Sue said. Dee in the Facebook group said she said she's getting clients. Steve Statlin, the machine, he works 8 days a week, which I didn't even think there was an 8th day, but apparently I must have been sleeping during COVID. But
the Beatles song, get it right.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve said social media. Ann said getting clients from other salons, which is interesting, Ann. So Ann said getting clients from other salons where they don't feel that the salon is taking it seriously. That's something that's come up. And, we've had, we don't do a tremendous amount of men's hair because we're not really a barbershop. So more scissor over comb, guys that have cowlicks and executives, that we've had quite a few husbands call that the wives had been in and said, hey, I went to my barbershop and they're not doing anything. And they're afraid to go back too. And they've asked to come in, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to do with a salon's energy and intention on making it safe and for the clients and really paying attention to all these details. And that gets transmitted. Definitely.
Well, I also think that you shouldn't lose the opportunity. I mean, whether you guys are actually using Salon Ninja to communicate some of your marketing or what you're using for email, if it's not Ninja, Constant Contact, what's the other one, Derek? The free one.
MailChimp. It's not free anymore, though.
MailChimp free?
No, not anymore.
No, there's monkeys all over my back. Since when?
But you have all these facets of whether it's text messaging, whether it's automated, whether you're engineering it and you're doing a roll up and pumping it out to your clients, or voicemail drops like Ninja does. Use that to your advantage, because right now they're paying attention, right? It's like E.F. Hutton. When E.F. Hutton speaks, everybody's ears perk up.
Yeah.
Remember now, a couple people posted this. One of the most important things you could be doing is referral campaigns right now. Because the first place that person's going to go to is ask their friends, family, or relatives, right? And the second place they're going to go to is the good old Google. And they're going to Google your website. And then they're going to look at your website. And you better be dragging them in with all those tools.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar, right, Andrew?
Sounds very familiar, Derek. But Denise said they're getting review. We have 3 reviews that say we are following COVID guidelines to a T. Congratulations, that's great. Get more of that.
Great idea. Get people
Great.
to post not only a review about your great work, but about how safe your salon is.
Safe. Safety. People are concerned. Really.
You know what I'm interested to see for some of you guys that are on the call is, it's been interesting in Salon because everybody's in masks. I mean, listen, you don't even know who your client is sometimes, right? They walk up with the mask on. If they weren't on the schedule, or if, we have them texting and it's like, hey, I'm Mary, I'm in the parking lot. So, it's them because they texted you back, or you hope. But what are you guys doing to kind of keep that client experience from being so medicinal at this point, where it's like, it's boring, right? We've changed our playlist in the salon to make it a little more fun. So to kind of add to the experience, but it's hard. It's like everybody's gloved and no coffee, no tea, no magazines, but anything that you guys are doing, I'd love to hear about it.
Sue Burkholder, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. The hospital president across the street from us said we are doing more than they are doing in the hospital, and they're treating COVID patients. Well, congratulations, Sue. And I'm sure the hospital is doing a good job, so you must be doing a super job. Really. You can ask him for a testimonial. I don't.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Give him a haircut.
Hey, listen, I've known Sue a long time. Sue is no joke with everything she does, so I'm sure that COVID isn't holding her down. She's whether it's marketing or retail or anything else, she's
that is just
a rock
awesome.
star.
Wow. Laura says, having them come in with a current picture so we can see their face. Yeah.
How many of you out there are doing video consultations right now?
Yeah, one thing too, when Zoom works, by the way, but if you guys aren't, you can get a free Zoom account if you don't want to have a paid one. I mean, the paid one is completely worth it because the small one is nothing, but you can actually do Zoom phone calls just like video. So if you're worried, our thing was not that I care if the clients have the stylist phone number, but they're going to use that to their advantage, right? Those clients are going to say, I couldn't get in, I called the desk, and it's just annoying, especially at this time. You can actually set it up to where we've done the consultations where if a client didn't need a video, we've actually booked that phone call and schedule it through Zoom so that it's privatized. So it keeps the stylist private. It's easy for the clients. They almost all know how to use Zoom now at this point, so it's a really nice way to be able to do either or. And they can also flip the switch. If it's video, if it's a phone call and the stylist says, I need to see what's going on, they could just turn the video on and they can make it pretty easy. And you as owners, you can actually schedule them out, which is pretty cool. So you have a track record and a history of it, which I love.
Hey, look, Jacqueline Doherty, love that idea. We made our COVID questionnaire answers with emojis. It makes clients smile right away. They enjoy it. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's great.
I saw one of the salons that had a really good idea that I worked with. They are actually doing the Zooms, then taking a screenshot of the client and then using one of the apps online where you can change to the different hair colors of the picture, which was pretty cool. Going over it with the client. I think that's a cute idea.
Yeah.
Listen, anything at this point that's interesting, clients are bored too, right? I mean, nobody's really going out to dinner or anything. It's
entertainment, guys. Entertainment. That is.
We used to like at certain times of year, you do contests in the salon and those kind of things, but you guys definitely can do. Polls are a little bit fun, especially staff, right? Staff meetings, we're a split shift staff, so it's not as easy to have our morning quick huddle or our weekly or our monthly meetings and have everybody together. It's sort of going back. And now it's like Sundays at Zoom. Who the hell wants to have a staff meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday? But that's the only time that everybody could be available. But we used to do a lot of fun polls with our staff, favorite movies and things like that. Share stuff like that with your clients. I mean, you figure right there now, every movie's being rehashed. I mean, Top Gun is coming out again. I mean, there's so many oddities like that, but there's a lot of fun things that you can do to kind of get your clients a little more interactive and then highlight it on your social media or in your email blast and, pick one of these movies and do something fun with it. There's so many other things coming out of the box.
I know Airplane 40th anniversary issues coming out. I didn't hear about Top Gun.
Roger, over, under. Yeah.
But obviously, no, this is true. Try to spice up your writing, your emails, your communications, everything. Think entertainment.
And clients also want to know what's going on. I mean, you figure that you guys have the luxury when you do the client's hair that you know a lot about them. You know their husband, you know things that are going on with their kids, and if they bought a new puppy, and a lot of COVID puppies apparently going on. But it flips the other way too. They're just as concerned about you. Your good core clients are wondering what's going on. So don't sleep on that either in your email blast. Where before you were saying, hey, this is what's on sale and Valentine's Day is coming up and book your appointments early. There's no harm in saying they just don't have the same consultation and the time with you when you're in the chair, because by the time you put their color on, you need to go outside and take a break and take your mask off. So you're not having some of that QT. So don't sleep on the fact of letting them know. And listen, and it's not all wine and roses, right? It's kind of crappy. You're taking one client at a time. You're 25% capacity in a lot of states. I mean, poor California is still closed down.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be all fluffy. It could be realistic and say, not doom and gloom, but sometimes they need to know a little bit of why it's so hard to get a Saturday when you're split shifted and alternating Fridays and Saturdays. And they used to be able to get in easier. And now it's like, well, it's not going to be that way, but continue it. This will be over eventually, right? Who cares when it's over? But there's so many things you guys should be looking at in terms of things that you want to change for your business that you should be using. Listen, use COVID to your advantage. You want to take deposits on appointments. You should have been taking them before that. You want to have the mystery of being at least a week in advance for a Saturday appointment. You should have been doing that before COVID too. You should be sending a regular email blast. You should have been doing that before COVID.
Well, let's let go of the guilt and the shoulds.
No, but
Yeah.
use it make it a positive. Like say, hey, now I have the opportunity.
Absolutely. I've been learning as we go through this, and I do mean the infotainment thing. I see it. Connect humanly. Salons haven't really done that. Everyone has a personality, and you want to have your emails, your email marketing in particular, so that people open it up. That's why I love the emoji, just, anything that has an angle, anything that's human. What's going on? It doesn't have to be all about business. And at the end, there's, always a little line, hey, love to see you, pre-book. But the whole thing, tell a story. People do. Carol, yes. No politics in the salon. Well, yeah, people want to laugh. If there's anything that
experience,
they
right?
want, yeah. I mean,
experience has got to be more than technical. It's got to be personal. You got to connect with them again, and it's tough doing that right now while everybody's wearing masks and all this thing. But you got to think out of the box on ways to do it. Period.
Yeah, but you also, and you're right, Derek. And I used to say this when somebody wanted to develop an advertisement, like a print ad, whether you were going to hire a designer, or do it on your own if you knew a little bit of Photoshop, open up the Val pack that gets shipped to everybody, right? Monthly at least. And if Olive Garden has an ad in there, they spend big bucks to have a marketing company say, this should be on the right, this should be on the left, this is the font we're going to use. So don't be ashamed to go back and look at what, Hertz is doing for rental cars or whatever, because they're using big bucks to say, hey, this is the way it should be partitioned. But think about what they're being advertised to on TV, besides drugs, obviously. But, Shark Week, right? I did my email blast to our clients. Shark Week is hammering everybody. Shark Week. So it's like, we're surviving. And the picture was, the picture on the email was a guy in the shark cage with the great white shark trying to get him. And clients got a kick out of it. It was funny. But I'm not the Discovery Channel. They spend big bucks to advertise Shark Week. I just know they're seeing the same commercial. So who cares?
James, you're a good guerrilla marketer. This is the time for that. This is the time for that. And this is the time when everyone's moving left, you want to move right.
And Carol's right. People want to laugh a little bit. People, they used to look to you for recommendations, right? How should my hair look? What color should I do next? Hey, I love your shoes, right? Stylists are usually stylish. Where'd you get those cute earrings and everything? Well, now it's like, oh, where'd you get your cute mask, right? So use those things to your advantage. I mean, they used to come to you for all other recommendations, so just play around with it and make it. You don't have to make it if you can't make it interesting while they're in your chair as much as you used to. Use some of those technology related things to kind of keep that going. So after the visit, when they get the thank you message or the review, it's just something they're like, oh my God, they're so funny. And they were already remember you, but make it more interesting for them too, because they need a laugh.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if it's not too much, I don't know who does telephone confirmations. I mentioned it before, Derek, you had dropped off. But really, 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 you can do both the email, the text, and do a telephone. It's so, people want to hear people's voices. they do. It's
Well,
not just me here in New York City.
Listen, Derek's working on Salon Ninja to have celebrity voicemail drops. So you could have like William Shatner leave you a message and say, your appointment is on Wednesday, and keep it more interesting. This way you can make them laugh.
There you go, Michelle. I'm in CA is at California, or I smile and dial 3 clients a day. They love it. Yeah, love that. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, even people in California, stay in touch.
And remember the smile and dial. Smile as you're making calls, because they will sense that smile on the other side of the phone.
Yeah, just make someone's day.
You know, and that's something that's interesting to talk about tonight too, is with the mask on, you Jersey's the nod, right? You walk past the guy that you don't know on the street and you give him a nod. Now with the masks on, it's so hard. You're in the drugstore picking something up and the woman at the register is really nice and they can't see your smile, and they don't know who you are, so you raise an eyebrow or do the rock kind of thing. It's just you're so conditioned to have that silent interaction sometimes where that smile speaks so many volumes. And now it's weird. It's weird to be wearing a mask for all these months, especially for everyone that went back to work, that even if you were home for those 4 months while you were closed, you don't wear a mask all day. Now it's all day in the salon. So people walk by and you look at them and you're like, they can't even hear you. So you have to be a little conditioned too to say, wow, that's weird, because,
Yeah. Does anyone use business cards? Does anyone, like when you go shopping or, anything? Because we do go out there and you're at, you meet people, there's coffee shop, anyone hand out cards? I don't know. Maybe they're not your prospective client.
I put them in boxes of Miss Clairol every time I go in the supermarket and say, we fix $14 hair color at home jobs, I have to find that picture, guys. It's a really funny picture. It's a strip mall and it's a smaller one. So on one side, there's a big sign that says $15 haircuts, and the other salon's on the other side, and it says, we fix $15 haircuts.
It's great. It's great.
News for you. That's a good piece of marketing. We used to run a Google ad, a Google paid ad, and put keywords of all the competitors in and just say, we fix bad haircuts. That's all. That's all we said on it. But all their names were included. So if any of them were yelling about a bad haircut with the salon's name in it, Google picked it up and sent them to our site. So
thank you, Michelle, who said, I went to the code guy that makes menus so I can scan my cards to strangers. Cards are digital for now. Yes, they are. I'm a Luddite. What can I tell you?
But you know what? And that's funny though, Andrew. Listen, there's some funky business cards, man, that have NFC chips in them that you could touch a phone, and they do some crazy stuff. But, we're a tippy salon. And when everything became so cashless for us, we have a QR code right at the stations. There's one outside. And I was a little more concerned that not just older clients, but clients in general, like QR codes, I love them. They just never made it. But now that they're native to the camera and listen, Samsungs and Apples especially, they're native. clients have zero problem with it. So don't be afraid to put a QR code, whether it's on your product so people can get a video of how to use it. I have a feeling that that might be something that makes a nice comeback to make it easier to get information out in Salon, especially.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know, what I'd like to do, we can probably post that up there, but you know, some of our famous friends that have been on the program over these 62/64 episodes that have fantastic books and CDs and marketing and things like that, is to maybe do a BBR contest, guys. What do you think? September's
Oh,
coming
yeah.
up. Like, hey, maybe get some people to submit in some really good ideas and find something fun. I have, you can't see behind me because my green screen, but I have signed books from Anthony Whitaker. I got, you know, you could get a 1 hour free phone call with Gino Stampora.
And second prize is a 2-hour phone call with Gino.
That's right. Well, second prize is a set of steak knives. If you guys watch Glengarry Glen Ross, you don't want to know what third prize is, but
No coffee for you.
that's right. But maybe that's something that the three of us will sit down and talk about, because I feel like, you know, you guys have been so great to be on all these calls and be interactive with everything. And I know now that everybody's open, it's not, the rewatch gets hundreds and hundreds of people, and you awesome crew that are on with us when we're on these typical Monday calls on a Tuesday now might be something fun to do for them. What do you think, guys?
Sounds like fun.
You get
Sounds like
Andrew's
fun.
hat. Maybe Andrew's hat will be one of the raffles. Gotta wait till after Friday when he gets his haircut.
That's right. It's,
What,
you know,
you have a no boot shirt on?
what?
I'm just, what do
No,
you got on?
no. It's no.
Oh, I thought it was no boot sushi.
No, please. It's no BS is life,
Okay.
and that is the famous marketer Dan Kennedy, who wrote the No BS series, which I would recommend to all of you folks out there. Look up Dan Kennedy and his No BS marketing book. It's filled with great ideas, all relevant, different industries. It doesn't matter. If you pick one idea and run with it, you know, it's great. He pulls no punches. Love Dan Kennedy.
Fair, James, your internet's going out next because we're getting a storm right now on top of everything. Maybe that's why my internet was out.
Yeah, listen. I listen. Nothing else is going to surprise me, and unless it starts raining frogs. The locusts are already here, by the way, in northern.
I don't even know if that would surprise me at this point.
I know. You know, it's funny. We were lucky enough. We took the kids down to Long Beach Island, and the Persidia meteor shower that was going on. You know, I'm not going to wake up at 2:00 in the morning unless we're closed and I'm trying to figure out how to pay the rent. But now that we're open, it's a little different. You know, I said, well, all the meteors have to do is land on the roof of the salon at this point. I mean, there's not much else that can happen to all of us. But, you know, I like the contest idea for you guys. We love the ideas. Post them up in the group. Listen, the group has been fantastic lately. The Salon Owner Mastermind group. So if you guys aren't on that group, get in. If you're a stylist and get your owner involved in it. You guys have been posting such great stuff. We are probably the only group. I know every once in a while something slips in that's a little bit annoying and political and whatever else, but man,
Hard to police it.
yeah, but our group kicks ass compared to I'm in 30 salon owner groups and everything else, and it's like so annoying. But you guys have been fantastic, man. I mean, really posting really good stuff. The comments that have come in for people that are helping people, whether it's finding the right credit card processor or giving feedback on even software, right? Software's come up a few times. Nobody's bashing. Everybody's like, hey, I use this software because I like this. And that's a testament to you guys, man. Our group kills it.
You know, I'd really love to see, really, as a testimony to all the great people here who have great ideas and they're putting things into place. Tell us, write to us, let us know what you're doing, because I'd love to take and make something of it and honor. It's not just us, it's honoring everyone who's been on this journey. You know, heck, please let us know what you're up to, the great things you've done.
Yeah, and you know what? That's actually a great idea, Andrew, because what's interesting to me is because we have members throughout all 50 states and beyond. I'd love to see a salon in Wisconsin that's doing a really cool marketing thing and have them send it to a salon that's in Florida and have them apply it and say, holy cow, it worked great. And, you know, that's the kind of camaraderie we're trying to build here, man. That would be like super cool, right? To have, you know, I never wanted to try that before, but because I love that salon that's on all the time and have something that works, because sometimes you have to think outside of the box. And listen, guys, that's where we are, thinking outside of the box at this point. I mean, you know, it's just what we have to go through.
So someone asked, how is Salon Interactive doing? Does anyone have a beat on that for themselves? Anyone using it? Is it working? How's it doing?
Based on my coach that are using it, it's working. But it works as well as you market it. It's just like anything. If you want something to sell, it can't sit on a shelf without talking about it. You've got to market it. And the salons that do market it are doing very well with it.
Nancy, wait, hold on. Nancy just posted something really interesting. So Nancy, that trade in, trade up, we've done it before so here's what I would say to you is you got to take it on the arm. You're just going to try to convert them over to whatever product line you carry. And you're going to have to make sure, why is your product better? Because, you know, we've gotten some shampoos that came in and, you know, here's your 4-week client that spends all this money to get their highlights done. And then you see what they bring in and you're like, you basically are washing your hair with palm olive. Like you're spending $400 on highlights and this is what you use when you go home after I recommend all this stuff. I actually was, Derek and I might talk about this. It was something funny. I was like, what if we weigh the product, right? Remember like down at the carnivals and down the shore, Derek, where it's like, bring your shampoo and we're going to weigh it. And based on what's left in it, that's what we're going to discount on the product. But Nancy, I would say work with your distributors on that, because if you have a line that you know, you have a good distributor, you know, they should be able to help you with some type of promotion with that to kind of convert clients over. I love that idea. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting into private label with it while this is going on. Now is a fantastic time. Andrew and I have talked about this recently, about doing a whole show on private label, but now is a fantastic time to label your own brand yourself, get people used to it. You're not going to run out of supplies like you are for some of the other places. You know, do what you have to do. Somebody said something about Beth's idea. I didn't see what it was. And we saw Beth Minardi did, asking us to share our contact. So she sends people that WA. I don't know what that WA is. Bella, you want to explain that more?
Well, maybe Beth is sending, if somebody contacts her directly about a salon or a stylist, she's saying, hey, this is a great salon in Kansas or whatever it is. That could be.
She has a network.
Maybe.
She has a network.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Cool.
Beth does have a network.
Beth's a good person all around.
Yes, she is.
Funny as hell. We got to get her back on because it's always a laugh. Her teaching Vivian McKender how to do color was absolutely priceless.
Yeah, you guys should watch that on the YouTube. Go back to the YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube Salon Ops, you can pull up and join and subscribe there, and you can see a lot of the videos that are up there. We're going to work on that a little bit over the next couple of weeks to make sure the pages kind of make a little more more sense for what they were. But we've had some great calls, man.
Do you know? Just get back to the private label, because Derek, you and I have been talking about it, and the more I think about it, salons, all of you are a lot more savvy with your lists and marketing, and you can get your clients' attention. And if you say something, believe me, you have credibility with them. If you introduce your own line, fantastic. Why not? Why, you know, why not? It's
Look
time.
at all the benefits.
It's
better mark up your own branding in front of your client, and the client can't buy it anywhere but from you. Do you need any more reasons than that?
No. They
And
trust
it's good. And that's, you know, it's for you guys that are KPI people and look back in your software. Who cares what software they're? We love software in this group. I mean, we're on the tech side, but go back and look. And sometimes your worst selling stylist sells one product, and you go back and you're like, wow, you know, she does a great blowout, and all she uses is the finishing oil. There's a lot of ways to get that aren't in the same line. You can have your own branded product. You can use a lot of things. I mean, you know more about what type of product you sell, just not how the dollars equate. I mean, the dollars are important for the bottom line for the business, but you'd be surprised. I mean, what's the rule, right? 80% of your sales are 20% of the products you carry or something like that.
Yeah, that would be for nearly everything in life, right?
Your main shampoo and main conditioner and main hairspray and main finishing oil are going to be your top sellers, and all the weird waxes that you guys don't use and everything. You know, the lines want you to carry, 96 SKUs of, out of the 96 SKUs, you don't sell 80 of them, and there's a few stragglers that are in between.
And then we beat ourselves up because it's not selling.
Dawn Marie over at Dawn Marie's Visage, she just posted in Facebook, just did my private label. My retail in the last 3 months is almost the total of all of last year's sales.
Whoa.
That's fantastic.
Whoa.
That is fantastic. And, I'm sort of.
Share the victories if you have them.
That is, wow, is the deal. Send us an email to that effect. Let us know. You're a champion.
Just talking about numbers today, I wanted to bring something up, and I think it's a win. I spoke to you about this earlier, Andrew. I've got a client, and I'm just going to give ballpark numbers. I'm not going to share the gritty details, but basically she did $40,000 this last July in standard service sales. Last year she did $40,000 the same time last year, and this period, she only serviced 615 clients versus 962 the last period. So it's down, but her revenue is where it was, plus she has less employees doing that revenue. So it was a win-win for her. And why? Because she was smart enough to not be afraid to raise prices. So I think that's a big win for her. And any of you that have listened and done something similar, kudos to you, because I'm sure you're doing less clients for more money now.
Well, and that's the thing, right? You hope that, listen, this has to be over eventually, right? It doesn't matter whatever your theory is on how long it's going to last. It doesn't really make much of a difference at this point, because listen, for salons that are lucky enough to not be in California and be open, November and December are the holiday time. So you make it through that. January, February, March, they are what they are. They're standard months, depending on what type of salon you have. So, here where we are in New Jersey, my only goal is to make sure we make it through December 24th at this point. I need those weeks in between that to recover some of the losses that happened. But by raising our prices, when this is done, I don't care if they want to put a microchip in me, vaccine, none of it makes a difference to me. All I want to do is make money and be happy. That price increase, you're going to get that windfall back once it gets a little bit back to normal. And even if it's staggered, I almost like the staggered better, because I feel like the clients now, listen, if they're in masks, they're going to always have an issue with how that feels to them, what their experience is. So let's say, hey, by March, everything is sort of done. There's a vaccine and Bill Gates comes to your house and actually gives it to you. Who cares? You start to get back into the normalcy of things, and you start to build back into what that looks like. I've talked to plenty of salon owners that are saying, hey, I will never go back to that triple booking with the assistant craziness, because number one, I can raise my prices and not work that hard, right? Like, that's what you guys have to think about. Like, some of you worked your tail off and went bananas, and you just don't have to. You can
because they were also playing the pricing game. A lot of salon owners thought, I got to constantly lower my prices to beat my competitors. It's the worst thing you can do in business, period, hands down. Nicole Gillick just posted something up really good in Facebook. She said less clients and up 15 to 20% every month since reopening, on pace for a $10,000 increase from August this year over August of last year.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Post those victories. If you've got a victory, post them. If you got an issue, post them. And we'll see if we can all collectively help you solve your issue.
Yeah, and I got to be honest, guys. Nicole and Charles are really good friends, really good friends of mine. They're very giving in terms of what they've done right, just as much as they're giving about what they've done wrong in their reopen. You know, they've posted a lot of really great things in the salon owners group about what's been happening for them, because they're split between 2 locations in the same mall because they have to split shift their staff. So they were lucky that there was a vacancy basically across the street from where they are in this little channel. But now as owners, they have to maintain both rents in both places just to keep the staff.
I think we ought to hire them. They ought to be running the New Jersey school system. I'll tell you, they do a better job.
Andrew, you mean the cosmetology school system, or the regular school system?
The regular school system.
So guys, if you want names of private label, I know somebody posted. I'm not going to give them out tonight. You can do a little research, but I think next week's BBR will dedicate a good session on private label, and I'll gather up the information you need. I'll give you the recommendations. We personally do private labeling through Salon Ops. We don't make any money from it, but it is a service we give to our coaching clients. Of who to use and what the prices are, and we get a big discount. So I think I can probably work out a discount deal for the group for all of you from this company that we've been working with, and I'm sure you'll be happy. So again, we're here to help if we can, but just remember, the more you can have your voice in front of them, your name in front of them, and by them I mean the clients, the more comfortable they are going to be with you. They want to feel like they're going to the salon like your family again. They want that experience. So if you're one of those owners that's like just rushing through the day and forgetting about who they are as human beings, the salon around the corner is going to be the one that's going to start picking up your clients. So really, really bring it down to a human level. Make those calls. Make wellness checks on ones you haven't seen.
Yeah, someone posted in the Salon Owner Mastermind, I think it was last week, how can we have, bring back fun into the salon? And there have to be dozens and dozens and dozens of ideas on how to do that. People are, so post.
By the way, James, that phone call was our cable company. 40 minutes later.
Well, it's funny. Derek and I have the same cable company because we're both in New Jersey. So I had the same call this afternoon because I'm trying to prep for homeschooling for 3, and they tell me I have the Optimum 400. And I'm saying I'm sitting on my computer doing a speed test, and I have the Optimum 200. And they're like, wow, but, and I'm like, I'll show it to you. I'm looking at it. I'm more than one device. So, but you know what, guys?
They're pitching you, James?
Hey, listen, they all pitch me all day, Andrew. That's all I do.
They're pitching?
That's it.
You got to get the latest modem
That's
for
it.
your kids? Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I either need the school teacher from Little House on the Prairie, I need Nanny McPhee, or I need Mommy Dearest. It depends on how bad they get into the school year for what kind of level we need to take this homeschooling to. But there's going to be ways to do it. And if I want to go to Derek's Union Days, I just get the car battery and the jumper cables, and we figure it out. But yeah, guys, listen, post the wins up in the group. We'd love to hear it. It would be really nice to hear some of the positivity that you guys are so great at. The ones that are on.
I know the girls from the Beaumont are not on tonight, but if any of you saw the video that was posted to the top of the group in the main group, they posted such a beautiful video that they actually had professionally done, just saying how well they're doing with Salon Ninja, and they've been able to bring in over 60,000 in business since COVID with that platform. So that's it's a big win. Big win. I thought I'd share it. I know Nicole's tearing it up with Ninja also, Nicole Gillick. Hired Derek to be the teacher, she said. Not a chance. I'd have a hockey stick and a net, knock them back in. Be like the old Eddie Murphy one, right?
Oh, what was that Stephen King movie with James Woods where he couldn't quit smoking and they put him in the room with the shock thing on it? That's what I need. I'm going to put a whole floor like that up here. And the Zoom calls are going to have to be outside with really bad frozen service, but at least the school will be running like clockwork.
Yeah. So if anybody else have any wins they want to talk about, or anybody just want to have a general question? Carol says the Marine drills. Carol, I have to say, I tried that on my own daughter. I threatened her all the time to send her to boot camp, and she used to laugh at me because she knew I was her dad. So she still does, and she's 23 now. Let's see.
Getting birthday presents from their guests. Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah. And giving birthday presents.
Right, I went to my local sushi place the other night, and it was, I think, their 20th anniversary or 30 years, whatever it was. I think probably 20. And we've been going there since the day they opened. Guy walks out with a giant sushi platter, like a hand-painted dish, and hands it to us with the sushi as a thank you gift. I was, wow, okay, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Just think Christmas time all the time right now, right? I know everybody's festive around Christmas, you know, around the holiday season. We're all interacting with our guests in a more cheerful mood, things like that. You know, try and have that, try and get that feeling into the salon somehow. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the challenge for the week, guys. Post some of the interesting things. I mean, I've been known to do some crazy creative things for some of the projects that we've worked on with other salons and in our salon alone, or sustainability. You got any good ideas or something that you can't get off the ground? That's sort of my specialty, right? Tell me you want to bob for apples outside before they walk in as we get towards the fall. But I don't know if that's COVID, if that's COVID clean, unless they're bobbing and barbicide.
Apple bobbing.
Bob for apples and barbicide.
Tracy Brenner just asked a good question. When should we raise prices again? Okay, I would say, I'll go first. I would say if you raise prices during the beginning of COVID, I would probably raise them again January 1st, like that first week in January. If you haven't raised prices, you need to do it yesterday, because you're just shooting yourself in the foot there.
It's also an opportune time. I mean, we always raise prices. We've done them incrementally. You know, we do color every 6 months and cutting every 6 months, and that's sort of been our thing. But if you raise prices during COVID, what you guys have to understand, if you wait 5 years to raise $5, you would be better off raising 50 cents every year. Make it something incremental. Hey, it's, you know, haircuts used to be $70. Now they're $70.75, because the change, just like when you buy stuff at the store, you don't look at what a gallon of milk costs. It used to be $6 and now it's $6.69. You're not even paying attention to it. Not saying you want to pull the wool over their eyes, but if you wait too long to do it, it seems like such a drain. I know so many salon owners that waited and then all of a sudden said, hey, I've been doing your hair, Derek, for the last 20 years for $60. I'm going up to 70. And their clients are like, I'm getting out of here. This is preposterous.
So James, let's talk about, I have a quick thing I want to talk about. And Andrew, you can probably answer this also based on your coaching experience. When I've coached salons to raise prices, I see less than a 1% drop off, and that's 10% increases. Because I always say go up 10%. It's just a general number, right? But with that 10%, you might lose 1% of clients, but you just made room for another 1% who are willing to pay that price. So, and you made up 9%, right? Because you only lost 1%. So I don't understand the theory behind people being afraid to do it.
It's short-sightedness. So like Dee just posted in Facebook, she said, I'm still getting blowback from my stylist on the 10% COVID sanitation fee. Any suggestions? And you know what, Dee, it's fear. You know, they were afraid to raise their prices. And, you know, that's something else that we collectively, the three of us, would tell any of you owners in any coaching call, that when you have stylists that say, I want more commission, my thing is like, you didn't say more commission, you want more money. Well, that's what I meant. Did you want more commission or you wanted more money? Because more commission, you better become an owner and invest some money in the business to make more commission. Let's raise your prices. What are we looking to do? Oh, we want to buy a house. I want to buy a new Cadillac, whatever it is. Like, those are workable numbers to work backwards into. So
Yeah.
they have to understand that the COVID fees. So for you guys as owners and need to explain that to your staff, they don't realize how much the masks are, the gloves are, you know, we're lucky now because we've sort of crossed a little corner in our area where you can actually get the stuff. I mean, I was stockpiling. I have a secret stockpile of Barbicide wipes because I know a guy, but I'll never get them again. I might leave them in there and maybe sell them later as relics, but you know, it is what it is. They can't be afraid to do that. And like Derek was saying, if you raise your prices 10% and lose 1%, what do you care? Well, I'm not going to see that client anymore. I know.
Oh, once you fill in that gap, you now have a higher pay. Nicole Gillick just answered the question. She said that bringing the new clients in, they don't know your old pricing. They're
correct.
already okay with the new pricing, right?
That's
so
correct. Every new client
mean,
that comes in is going to pay your new price.
Yeah, and if I have to
Exactly.
give you guys an analogy, one of my and she was a junior stylist that we trained. She's been with us for a bunch of years now, but you know, even with that incremental raise every year in terms of pricing, it's really hard to take somebody and flip the switch and say, hey, they were 60 and now they're 90 for whatever the service is. It's just not, you try to do that incrementally. So when we reopen from COVID, they're all the same price now and the regular staff for a single process. So she has some older clients that, you know, that were really easy, and she basically went up $35 where the rest of the staff might have had a 10 or 11% increase. She was the low woman on the totem pole. So she went up $35 in her single process price. And she was worried about what clients were going to leave. She had a few drop off, but she kept, you know, if she had 2 out of the 10 drop off, and we had our one-on-one call because we're getting ready for the third quarter and everything. And I said, how great is that you kept 8 out of 10 with that kind of increase? And she initially did not look at it that way. And when I spun it around, she was like, wow, that's really weird. I'm doing less clients and making that much more money. And I said, well, now you have to reflect on spending more time with those clients and making sure that they
work smarter, not harder.
Well, it's also, pricing is such an emotional thing. We allow our emotions to get in the way of doing what we have to do, but fully recognizing that, you know, and we're empathic. So, you know, we don't have X-ray eyes. We don't know that what's going on in people's lives. And so, you know, we're respectful of it. And I applaud everyone when you increase prices and you're sensitive to it, okay? And you're sensitive to the client. But we have to do things not out of insensitivity. We have to do it because we have to be in business. We have lives. We have families. We have employees. They have families. And it is really the right thing to do. And you're not treating yourself and your business with the respect that you deserve and the business deserves if you're waffling on this issue. And your clients will respect you too.
Keep in mind, if you did a big increase now, great, fantastic, you should have, okay? But from this point forward, you've got to do them, like James said, do small increments every 6 months. Little ones, which are hardly noticeable. But your clients will learn that you raise prices with the market, the economy, because everything in the economy goes up. Everything.
Well, your taxes go up. If you own a house, your taxes go up 2 to 3% a year.
Depends where you live, man.
Right.
Anyway, you know,
You should also do education for your staff, right? We're big proponents of actual technical education, and celebrate that. Don't waste it. I mean, I'm going to have, as soon as this is all over, I'm going to have Phil Wilson come out and do a live staff training, and I'm going to make him sleep on my couch, and I'm going to draw a Sharpie mustache on him and take pictures of it. And
I'm doing worse. I'm coming up to visit.
I'm going to use that in my email marketing for months about how much fun he was to have here. And Mary's going to do yoga outside in the parking lot in the morning. But, use that. Like, you have an educated staff and you guys that are really good that are on these calls do trainings, but you forget, whether it's product knowledge, whether it's a technical training, whether it's a new technique, whether it's a new device that you get in the salon, and you guys brought the Gamma dryer in, which is crazy. Use that to your advantage in your marketing to your clients, and let them know that you're not just sitting around waiting for them to get there. Like, you're being progressive, like you are thinking about the future of your industry, so that when they say, well, you went up $2. I know. Can you believe I only went up $2? That Phil Wilson slept on my boss's couch for 6 weeks and he ate all his food, and you guys have to you have to understand that sometimes clients, their perception is different. They don't realize the cost. And I don't know if that was Tracy had said in the Facebook group, she shared some of the COVID costs with their clients, and they had no idea what the cost was. For our area here, we were a late bloomers in New York and New Jersey. To get a stupid sanitizer stand, I had to go to the black market. Steve Statlin can confirm that. I had to get a guy. It's like how I got my first VCR when I was a kid. It fell off a boat, landed in a trunk in some guy's van, and wound up in my father's hands at some point. But it's a sanitizer unit. You could have bought them in January for nothing and gotten cases of the hand sanitizer that went inside them. So, make sure that you guys listen. Our crew is fantastic. Make sure that everybody knows how fantastic you are. I'm done, Andrew.
That's it.
You guys are great. I'm good.
James is drinking a hooch tonight.
Yeah, I'm drinking Dogfish 120. I had it hidden in the back just in case I needed for a night like this.
$100 for a gallon of Chi hand sanitizer. I'll tell you, arrest must be made.
Nancy, send me a message on Facebook. I got a guy for you. Don't worry. I'll connect you.
What else do we have?
Anybody on Facebook have a question, comment, a win, a loss? Post them up. Same thing on Zoom, please.
Anyone want to do stand-up live? Please, come on.
Somebody just said they added a referral program.
Good.
Raised their prices $5, dropped all discounting. Good job, Susan. That's what you need to be doing right now. There's no reason for you to discount for clients right now. You can use it as a loss leader to get them through the door if you want to, but on existing clients, no discounting. No discounting, period. You still have the Groupons and the competitors out there with the couponing, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you need to fill time slots, that's the best way you're going to do it.
And Carol posted in Zoom that she did a leader sale since they opened. I think that's a great idea. We did that during closure. So normally for us, we do them twice a year. So we usually would do one in August, like back to school, back to college type of thing. And then it doesn't affect our holiday boxes and things that we get in. But listen, whatever you need to do, just remember that keep tabs on what they buy and how long that leader should last them. Some of the better software will kind of delineate when they're due to get product back again. So if you do it now and you say it lasts 3 months, use that to your advantage to do a jump start, because it could be a whole nother revenue stream. Some people like leaders.
Yeah, most of the softwares out there that are decent, they have a category in your inventory called use up time that you set for your gallons or whatever it is. So when that client is ready, and it should pop a message to your front desk, whatever that case might be. Again, go back to product clubs. Have them get automatic 2 products every month. Let them buy a monthly membership for a product club. It's a no-brainer to empty your shelves.
Yeah, I mean, if you do private label, Product Club is right up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's so much profit built into private label. You could ship it to their house in a nice beauty box. And, you know, I mean, I hate to say it, yeah, it's work, but you could really make some money doing it.
Yeah, and when you ship like that, then you can put things into it and communicate with them.
Throw a little trinket in, just like BarkBox used to do. They used to give a little toy for your dog. Just a random thing, right? And people went bananas over it.
Yeah, it's like that old, you know, what was it, the Fuller Brushman, when that company, it's a foot in the door, and I guess shipping, Amazon got their foot in our doors and every door across America, didn't they?
Well,
Around the world.
and you know, everybody's chiming away that small business, support local business and things. And, you know, we always did the American Express Small Business Saturday and tried to get local businesses involved. And listen, you know, when business is good, nobody gives a shit, to be honest with you. You're not going to find too much camaraderie to try to get your local pet store to be involved in some fun project you want to do for your salon. But a lot of businesses are having the same type of struggle. So look to businesses that are simpatico with you. If there's, you know, if there's a pet store around the corner from you guys and you guys are a big salon of pet owners and carry pet friendly, you know, cruelty free products, maybe they have something. I wouldn't throw a coupon in a goodie bag, but maybe like Derek was saying, like BarkBox, you know, maybe there's a little
I mean,
phone.
James, Anthony just posted a great thing, and some of you will know it. I definitely know it because of my age, but Cracker Jacks, right? Everybody bought, they didn't want to eat the Cracker Jacks. You dug into it, so the extra little bonus you got. But great analogy, and so true. I mean, they're going to get their products and they use them already, right? But then you throw in some trinket of some sort that really has not a great value, but it's different. And you know, maybe it is a dog toy or a cat toy. Who knows? If you know your clients who have dogs, things like that. Think about being personal with them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a great idea.
Pet owner registration, does Ninja, do we have that in Ninja? Pet owner
I can make it.
registration?
We can make a form. Don't laugh. Years ago, I thought a great idea, in New Jersey won't allow it, unfortunately, would have been to have a pet salon with a door to the regular salon back and forth and do a mommy and me days, right? But unfortunately, New Jersey poo-pooed the idea, which was kind of aggravating. But anyway.
We did, you know, it's funny. We did that once years ago because we're a cruelty-free salon. I mean, listen, a lot of products are cruelty-free now. We did Man and Man's Best Friend around Father's Day. So we had a mobile dog groomer pull into the parking lot and we worked out a deal where the guy got his haircut and dropped the dog off at the same time. And, you know,
Perfect.
you're at the mercy of how many dogs they can service. So it was a really good publicity stunt for 8 dogs and 8 guys. And it was, you know, picked up by the local press and it was fun. I mean, we weren't doing them and there wasn't a line around the building.
You did the exact thing. It was fun. Remember what people are asking us, how to create fun. Just think outside of the box.
Yeah, that's it.
Or maybe in this case, think inside the box with a beauty box.
No, it's true. I would go back to, if anybody joined on late, post your wins up in the group. Let's talk a little bit. We talked about private labeling, just so you guys know what it is. I think that's a really good call because we haven't done that. I can't believe in 64 calls we haven't talked about private labeling in depth and what it can do. Not right for everybody. You know, if you're a salon that, you know, you're in a Veda salon and get a lot of it.
Not right for the Veda salons. No.
Yeah.
No.
Veda won't like that, trust me.
No, but really smaller salons that have shitty retail sales, it's a great option. I mean, it could sort of renew what your thought process is and what you do. I think that's a really good call. But
And
definitely the win.
It's a good way to get your people involved. They love to get their hands in the project. People love that. Involvement's really important.
No, that's good. Hey guys, anybody, I know Facebook's got a little lag. Any more questions or anything from you guys? I know Jacqueline's saying she had some good things. I can't wait for the private labeling. So some people are already looking forward to next week's call. It'll be a good one to rest before Labor Day. But I think that's great. But definitely post the wins. Anybody else have any questions or anything at all in the groups?
Anybody?
Bueller?
Facebook?
Going. Last call. Well, thank you,
Okay.
guys. Thank you all for showing up and
Yeah,
sharing,
thanks, everybody.
sharing this time and your ideas and your energy. Thank you.
No, thanks, guys. Hey, Derek, glad you got back in and got your technology worked out. I have a feeling we're going to need a backup generator because once school starts, hopefully we might have to do these calls a little later on a Monday night when all the kids are asleep because who the hell knows what's going to happen. But guys, thanks so much. Definitely post the wins, though. We're really interested and share the ideas, man. We love you guys, and thanks so much for joining
Love
us.
y'all.
And we'll see you next Monday evening at 8 o'clock for BBR 64, where we will be talking about private labeling. 65.
65. Andrew, this is coming UPS your way tomorrow, my friends.
Well, no, keep it because I'm going to be broadcasting. I'll be out of New York City next week,
All right.
I'll be
I'll
on.
with you.
and I'm not going to California because then I can't get back into New York City.
We've been quarantining so long. What's another 14 days?
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Have a great week. Share your celebrations in the group, please.
Awesome, man. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.